It's a beautiful Tuesday morning in the fabulous Florida Keys. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty. We're supposed to have a windy day all day today. I was just outside. It was pretty breezy. The weather forecast is saying winds between 15 and 20 miles an hour all day long, mostly cloudy with some sun peeking through now and then. The temperatures are supposed to be in the mid to upper 80s, but that breeze will keep us nice and cool. I liked being outside. I had a great walk along the beach. Speaking of the beach, anyone who's ever been on a boat in the Keys, been diving, been fishing, snorkeling, or probably anyone that's ever even been to the Keys, has at least heard of the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. Their main function is to maintain and make sure there's no damage done to the coral reef. We have the only living coral barrier reef in all of North America running along the Florida Keys. And the National Marine Sanctuary's main function is to protect and preserve that and educate people on what you can do and what you can't do, what you can take from the reef if you're diving or snorkeling, what you can't do. They do serve a lot of other purposes. They maintain and keep track of the seagrass. They keep track of the fish population before they come endangered. I have a friend of mine who works for the Marine Sanctuary, and I said something about, protecting the endangered fish, and he said, no, we don't want to protect endangered fish. We want to stop them from becoming endangered before it gets that far. But on this day, July 23rd in 1990, the U.S. House of Representatives approved the funding to create the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. And ever since then, they've been protecting our coral reef, protecting our waters, and protecting our fish supply. This is my morning market MLS update video I do every day right about this same time. I report all the new listings in Key West and the lower Keys that have come on the market in the last 24 hours. In today's case, they're all in the lower Keys. There were no listings in Key West today. If you watch this video every day, you will be ahead of most buyers. You'll know about all the new listings from Big Pine Key down to Key West the same day the realtors find out about them. I find most buyers wait for a home to come on to Trulia or Realtor.com or Zillow or one of those other sites before they inquire about it. And the problem they face there is by the time those websites put a home live online, it's usually been in the multiple listing service a couple days and all the good deals are already under contract. If you watch this video and call me if you see something you like, we can make an appointment to go see the home. Or if you're not here locally in the Keys, if you're calling me from somewhere else, I've gone over and done FaceTime videos with people, or I've done a YouTube video and just put it up privately where you need a password for it and called the person with a password, or I've just gone over and taken 100+ pictures and emailed them to the buyer. When I go take pictures for the buyers, I do it a little bit opposite. I try to find the bad things and the negative things because naturally the listing agent puts all the great features in the MLS. They don't want you to see any negative. But if I'm representing you as the buyer, I want you to know about any bad features the house might have as well, rather than to learn about them 6 months after you bought it. So we can always do that. You can get a much more detailed description of these listings if you follow my blog, keywestinvesting.com. I update that every day from the Florida Keys multiple listing service, including photos. The blog has a lot more information on these listings than I can put into the YouTube video, more details, any unique features the home might have. It has photos of the inside of the home, photos of the outside of the home. It'll have things like room descriptions, room dimensions. If the home happens to be waterfront or happens to have a pool, there'll be photos of the water view, photos of the boat dockage, photos of the pool. It's just a lot more information than I can cram into a couple-minute quick YouTube video. Again, that web address is keywestinvesting.com. I will put it in the description of the video below. That's updated every day from the Florida Keys multiple listing service, including photos. If you like this video, please let me know. Click that thumbs up and like symbol down below. If you want to see more videos of this nature so you can stay current with what's being listed in the Florida Keys and at what price, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do a video just like this each morning and keep everyone informed as to what was listed that day and how much it was listed for. That helps a lot of people out that are trying to buy their house and also people that are trying to sell their house. They see what their competition would be. We have 3 new listings to talk about today, but before I tell you about the listings, the state of Florida's legal department makes me cover the boring stuff. The information I'm about to give you comes directly from the Florida Keys Multiple Listing Service. I'm not accepting any responsibility for any of these listings. I'm not claiming any of these listings to be my own listings. And I'm not accepting any responsibility if there's any inaccuracies in the information I give you. I'm simply reading it to you right from the Florida Keys Multiple Listing Service. As I mentioned, there were no listings today in Key West. They're all in the lower keys. The first one is on Big Carpet Key. It's a mobile home. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,104 square foot mobile home. It's on a boating canal with pretty good boating access, deep water. It's being offered at $775,000, which I know sounds very high for a mobile home. But it comes with 2 lots, and each lot has what they call a ROGO exempt letter. The way the building permits are given out to build a house in the Florida Keys is on the ROGO system. ROGO stands for Rate of Growth Ordinance. Ordinarily, if you started with a fresh lot with no ROGO on it, it'd probably take you at least 2, sometimes 3 years to get a building permit for a house. If you have this ROGO exempt letter, you can get your permit in a couple of months. What the ROGO exempt letter is it verifies there was, in fact, a structure on the property. If there was one, you're not building new. You're just replacing an inferior structure with a superior one. So Monroe County is thrilled to let you do something like that. This one, it says it has 2 ROGO exemptions. There's a section in the MLS that the consumer never sees, the realtors see it, called the documents. There are 2 different ROGO letters, one for each lot, right in the documents. I have seen them. I looked at them before doing this video because I wanted to be able to talk intelligently on them. However, if you look at the photos, if you check out the blog, keywestinvesting.com, there is only 1 structure on both lots. If you do decide you wanted to buy this home and your intention was to put 2 houses up, definitely while you're in your inspection due diligence period, I would verify the authenticity of those 2 letters where there's only 1 structure there. And the way the ROGO exemption letters go is you can replace 1 for 1. You can't replace 2 for 1, even if you have 2 lots. I know the owner and principal broker of the company that has this listed pretty well. He's been in the business a long time. He's definitely a straight shooter. He would not put something up there knowingly that's incorrect. I trust him very much, but I've learned through 25 years in this business, trust but verify. You could also put up 1 large home if you wanted to put a big house up, and then you'd have 50 foot of canal front, 50 foot of concrete seawall, and have a grand large house only 10 minutes from Key West. And you'll see the photos in the blog as well. The mobile home's pretty good as is. You could live in it for a couple of years and rent it out for a couple of years until you're ready to build a house. There's a lot of opportunities. So when you see $775,000 for a mobile home, it's a lot more than it appears to be. It's actually a very good price. Then we go up to Little Torch Key in a subdivision called Coral Shores. There's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,176 square foot house. This house is on what they call a swimming canal, or sometimes you'll see the term plugged canal. It's usually called swimming canal. What that means is it's a canal front house. It looks just like any other canal where you'd put your boat in and go in and out, except there's a dam at the end of the canal. You cannot get a boat in or out of this canal. You can get a kayak or a paddleboard. You can swim in the canal, but you cannot put a boat in there. A lot of people that don't care about boating like it. People that have children love it. They have Mother Nature's swimming pool right in your backyard. This particular house also was built in 2022, and it has a metal roof. So between the newer home and the metal roof, your insurance will be a lot less money than it would be on a regular home, or I shouldn't say a regular home, than an older home, or a home without all the upgrades and the metal roof. This one's being offered at $749,900, which is a very good buy for a house that new on Little Torch Key. It's only about 25 or so minutes to Key West and about a 25-minute drive to Marathon. Coral Shores is a very nice neighborhood, very tight-knit, well-kept neighborhood. Everyone looks out for each other. It's a really great place. So this one is an excellent house if you want to take a look at it. It's got a very good price on it. Then on Big Pine Key on 5th Street, we have a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 672 square foot mobile home. This one's being offered at $399,000. It's on a single lot and on a dry lot, which is the main difference between that and the price of the mobile home we just talked about earlier on Big Carpet. This one right now is definitely very livable, you can very easily rent it. It's fine as is. But it also, in that same document section that I mentioned when I was discussing the listing on Big Carpet Key, there is a copy of the ROGO exemption letter. So if you did decide you wanted to remove the mobile home and put up a brand new home, you could do that very easily as well. I do have a copy of it. If you're interested in either of these two mobile homes, definitely give me a call and I'll send you a copy of those ROGO exemption letters so you can see what they look like. That's all we have for today. If you want to take a look at any of these homes or any home anywhere in the Florida Keys, give me a call at 305-731-0501. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to showing you homes in the fabulous Florida Keys. And more importantly, I look forward to making you my neighbor. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty.